Minecraft, an old friend, the best-selling game in the world with a player base of millions, who return to this simple block game time and time again. Among that player base is a large number of neurodivergent people. With an average of 1 in every 7 people being neurodiverse, it's not crazy to think that there would be a large community growing out of the 141 million players of Minecraft. Neurodiversity is a topic that has become more widely discussed with social media and the pandemic, leading to a rise in people searching for a diagnosis. There has long been a connection between Minecraft and autism, but it hasn't always been the most positive. There's a stereotype of that one weird kid in your class or neighbourhood who wears the creeper hoodie and carries a diamond sword around, eyes glued to the screen and never talking to anyone. I think that there's always been this sort of stigma around Minecraft, particularly between 2013 to 2019, where you were cringe or the R slur if you played the game, that it was only for babies, yada yada yada. But in this video, I want to take that idea, that stereotype, and view it from another perspective. Minecraft is an incredibly beneficial game for neurodivergent people. This idea is partially inspired by an incident where my friend joked that me spending 2 hours organising my sheep farm by colour was the most autistic thing he's ever heard in his life. And whilst that was a joke, why is it that this game connects with so many neurodivergent folk? Quick disclaimer, I have to preface this by saying I am not a psychologist, health professional, or anything of the kind. I haven't even taken a psychology class, in my life. This is purely based on personal experience of myself, friends, and family, as well as my observations over my 10 years of playing this game. Before we can start figuring out why Minecraft is great for the neurodivergent brain, we have to define it first, because, what is neurodiversity? No, it's not a spin-off of that YA book series that had a grip on Tumblr for a few years. Very Well Mind defines neurodivergent as the term for when someone's brain processes, learns, and/or behaves differently from what is considered typical. Basically the opposite of being neurotypical. Now, the term is usually used in reference to autism spectrum disorder, but as this handy infographic illustrates, it covers a whole range of things. Mood disorders, learning disabilities, and neurological disorders all fit under the umbrella of neurodiversity, and this infographic doesn't even list everything. Neurodiversity is incredibly broad and covers so many different lived experiences, so how can we possibly argue that a game helps all of them? Well, why don't we look at some common traits within neurodiversity, sort of like a checklist. Let's see, we've got special interests and hyperfixations. It's this very intense focus, like tunnel vision, on different tasks and topics. Gaming is actually a common activity for many people to hyperfocus on. Executive dysfunction, or more basically, struggles with internal motivation and completing tasks or activities. It's being paralysed on your phone instead of eating lunch. It's never completing what you originally set out to do because you started a million other side quests, or procrastinating until the very last minute before feeling crushing anxiety. Actually, that basically describes me making this video. Better. Difficulty socialising, or just relating to peers in general. Making friends, being the social outcast, you get the drill. Sensory processing, whether the world is too overwhelming or not stimulating enough, many neurodivergent people struggle with sensory perception to some degree. Learning difficulties, reading, writing, maths, you name it, it can be a real struggle. Trauma processing, and need for a safe space, a sense of purpose. Unfortunately, the stigma and treatment of neurodivergent people can lead to comorbid disorders such as anxiety and depression, with many feeling isolated from a world that they can't connect to or have been too wounded by. Now let's get on to the fun part of answering our question. How does a game like Minecraft actually help these traits and provide a positive experience? Minecraft on its own can become a special interest. Definitely not me. But it's almost like the game was designed to be hyper-focused on. The game is full of repetitive tasks that require time and effort for a reward. You want to mine in a straight line for hours at a time? Well, that's how you get diamonds, my friend. You want to sit idly, surrounded by peaceful scenery? Fishing is just clicking the same button over and over and over and over and over again, and you get treasure out of it. You want to create a hardcore world where you build gigantic structures and completely transform the world, with each project taking months of hard work to complete? No worries, my friend, the possibilities are endless. There's also a great deal of variety in how you can play Minecraft, with there being a playstyle that will suit basically anyone. You can play vanilla survival, the original intention of the game, where you survive and create your own home and do what you please. Too lonely and isolating for you? Play in a server with friends and create together. Or does the grind of survival sound like too much work? No problem, just play in creative and become a god doing whatever you please, whether it's building cute towns or burning down villages. If all of that sounds too boring, I introduce you to the world of mini-games and larger servers. Play PvP in quick, fast-paced rounds with all the best equipment, or try some mini-games on Hypixel for more casual fun. You want something solo that is still fast but requires a challenge? Give parkour a go and see how long it takes before you throw something in rage. Try your hand at redstone engineering or mod creation if you're feeling fancy. Or if you want something competitive, try speedrunning and beat the Ender Dragon as fast as possible. Instant dopamine hits all round! I gotta confess to you that in all my years of playing, I've never actually defeated the Ender Dragon without cheats. I know, I'll get there one day. Hell, I only just started playing Java Edition this year, and I feel like I'll never figure out the controls. Why is WASD so difficult? But yet, I still get great fulfillment from this game. There is really something for everyone. Let's move on to executive functioning, which is something that heavily impacts day-to-day life when you're neurodivergent. Minecraft does not force you to do anything. There are no deadlines, no quests, no requirements, just the simple goal of defeating an interdimensional dragon, if you choose to do so. Instead, Minecraft Survival Mode presents to you a world of small, manageable tasks that make you feel like you've accomplished something. Chopping down your first tree, killing a zombie, mining for ores, building a home, and cultivating a farm are all activities the game invites you to do with no strings attached. There's no penalty if you never finish building that house, or if you never harvest your crops. It all stays there untouched. I think the lack of instruction and punishment in the game provides a space where players can learn to use their initiative, motivate themselves to the goals they want to achieve. This sense of purpose is vital to becoming independent and self-sufficient in both the game world and the real world. Survival in Minecraft is a great way to tackle these challenges with executive functioning, providing a safe space without consequence where you can learn to manage tasks to achieve your goals. Difficulty socializing? Ah boy, does this one suck in real life. But in Minecraft, it's basically irrelevant. If you play in a single-player world, the only NPCs you interact with are in a humanoid way are the villagers in the overworld and the piglins in the nether. Neither of these mobs talk or really communicate at all. Instead, your main interaction with them is to trade for resources. Piglins have no body language at all, really. They either come at you with a weapon, run towards you for gold, or ignore you completely. Villagers are also very simple. They show hearts or sparkles for good emotions and thunderclouds when they're angry. There's no forced socializing in this game, no other force to judge you for looking or sounding or acting weird. Even in multiplayer, the Minecraft community has developed a very simple communication style. Nodding is yes, shaking your head is no, punching the air is to point. Jumping and punching or just general excited movement is to show joy. And of course, the act of crouching at another player is the ultimate sign of friendship. In Minecraft, there is no need to worry about facial expressions or memorize 1,000 different social rules, as connection can be made through just a few small movements. The chat system in-game is very accessible as well, with options to change the font, make the size bigger, or have an AI read out the text for you. You never have to turn on a mic or camera to play Minecraft with friends, making it the perfect environment to socialise without fear. One of the areas where I believe Minecraft shines is the sensory stimuli, and just how comforting it can be to those with sensory processing issues. Let's just take a moment to listen to the sounds of the game, uninterrupted. The soft crunch of grass beneath the player's feet, the satisfying break when you chop down a log, the beautiful lush visuals, and of course the music by C418 and Lena Rain. Everything about Minecraft's environment is soothing and satisfying. There's also a lot of sensory feedback for the player, like the noise in red colour when being attacked, the slight vibration when playing the Bedrock edition, or the tinkling noise of experience. You can even create your own sensory rooms within the game. For example, here's one I built on a server for when I was feeling upset and still wanted to play. Plus, amethyst is always cool. No unnecessary loud bangs, flashing lights, or disgusting smells. Instead, it's just a nice and safe space, you know? Importantly, I think that Minecraft is a great digital space for escapism and healing, for whatever personal struggles you're going through. It's a whole new reality where you are in control and the possibilities are literally endless. If you're angry or understimulated, you can let out some rage on mobs or even the poor villagers. If you need some peace and quiet, you can create a cute little farm filled with flowers and nice things. Games are a unique medium where players are given power that they may have never seen in real life, and this comes with a sense of confidence and self-esteem. Am I pretty useless and weak in real life to the point where I barely leave my house? Maybe. But in game, I can kick ass in my full netherite gear and explore an infinite world. When you defeat a pillager raid in a village, you are awarded the effect Hero of the Village, and are celebrated by the NPCs around you. Minecraft makes you the hero in this story. It can give you a sense of purpose, remind you that your actions make a difference, and that this world needs you in it. No matter how difficult life gets, games like this remain a beacon of hope. Now, is it dramatic to say that Minecraft saved my life? It is? Cool. I'll just see myself out. But seriously, 10 years playing this game and it has honestly helped me more than I could have ever imagined. I, shockingly, am neurodivergent. I've struggled with interacting with the world for as long as I have conscious memories, and prior to Minecraft I had a very poor experience with school and socialising. In 2012, I just moved to a new town, a new school with no friends and a completely new environment. Very difficult for my small little brain to comprehend. When we first met our new neighbours, the kid introduced me to this new game for my tablet called Minecraft, and oh my god, did I fall head over heels in love. Even though it was still only a free trial available on the Google Play Store at the time, I played on the world non-stop. My brother and I took turns at keeping a device active on the world because, back in those days, the world was deleted as soon as you disconnected. Over the first few years, Minecraft gave my life a sense of purpose and normality whilst the world around me was confusing and scary. Every night after school, I could come home and play for hours in a safe little world where I was in control. No scary noises, no bullies, just me surviving in the wilderness. I also started to watch YouTube around this time, so when I wasn't playing, I can assure you that I was watching DanTDM, Stampy, or LD Shadow Lady. Minecraft was also a great way to learn how to socialise. I found friends at school who also played, and we could talk about the game all throughout recess and lunch, and I wouldn't have to worry about if I was understanding a facial expression correctly, or if I failed to laugh at the right times. I used to invite people over to my house for a play, only for them to be trapped playing Minecraft with me for hours and hours on end. I wonder why no one ever wanted to come to my house twice. Throughout my schooling, I was really lucky to have teachers who understood my obsession and let me integrate Minecraft into my learning. I remember in primary school when we were studying ancient Greece, I made the statue of Zeus at Olympia in Minecraft as my final project. In my final year of high school theatre, I created sets and blocking for our shows in-game and was able to fill my folio with Minecraft screenshots. Hell, I even used it as an example for my final exams. During the pandemic, Minecraft was the only way I could connect with my friends and peers. I found Zoom confusing, texting stressful, and too afraid to go outside and see people in person, so servers were my only form of communication. My friends and I played on a Realms server constantly, and whilst people eventually stopped logging on, the fun we had goofing around online was the closest thing I've ever felt to true connection and friendship. I could almost confidently say that I have engaged with Minecraft in some way every single day for the last 10 years. Whether it be actually playing, watching videos, researching build ideas, or talking about it with others. Minecraft has been my safe space throughout the tough times in life, giving me a place free from judgment and societal expectations. Whenever I'm at my absolute lowest with no hope left, I create a new world. I start something small, something fun, and it always helps me out of the spiral. Minecraft taught me a lot of things that many find naturally come to them, like basic social skills or how to manage tasks or even how to care for something. Basically, if I haven't sounded sappy enough, this game has provided me with a version of reality that isn't as daunting as the real world and has actually helped me interact with day-to-day life. The pandemic over the last few years, there's been a sort of Minecraft renaissance, with the game becoming popular again and interest booming online. No longer is it weird and cringy to be playing a kid's game. Instead, it's somewhat respected, and the online community surrounding the game has truly benefited. Many content creators have spoken openly about their neurodivergence, most notably Dream, who has discussed what it's like to be a creator with ADHD. Communities also grow outside of video streaming, with servers such as Ortcraft serving as a safe space for autistic children and families alike. Creator of Ortcraft, Stuart Duncan, stated that Minecraft strips away the pressures and distractions of the real world. You can really just be yourself, which I think perfectly encapsulates what we've discussed here today. I think going forward that Minecraft should be taken more seriously as a tool and coping mechanism for neurodivergent people. Implement Minecraft Education Edition into schools and allow kids to explore their creativity without the pressures of real life. Maybe therapists should look into how it could be used as gaming therapy if that exists. Because Minecraft is not just a silly little sandbox game about blocks. Rather, it's a reality that provides comfort, community, and growth for people of all neurotypes. And it's just a really great game all around. Thanks for listening to what I've had to say today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.